Welcome to Never Done Projects, where we are just a silly little YouTube channel. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and consider joining the member on the wall and out by the road for only $4.99 a month.
Well, hello everybody. Daryl said first comment, first place. That's right. That's right. Jump on in here and jump on up here to number 1. How you doing today, Daryl? I ain't got nothing done around here today. I don't. That's kind of bull crap, but that is what it is. Topper said, "What up, Stowe?" Hello, Toppers. Carlo said, "What's up?" What's up, y'all, Pops? Hello, Carlo and Papa Renzo. Daryl said, "Whoop," and Big. Yeah, I understand. I'm whoop too. Was helping somebody today. Didn't get to do nothing here at the shop. I did get the skid steer back full of fuel, so that's a plus. And Carlo said, "What's up, Daryl?" I did try to kick back and take a little bit of a nap a few minutes ago. We was about to get a storm, but I don't know if it blowed over us or what. I hadn't heard from Randy, but to see if he run into it and headed home. He had to go home. So Jane said, "Hey, Pops." Hello, Jane. But I hadn't seen the storm here, but it would look like it was all around us. Daryl said, "Jane." We're showing 8 people in here, 7 thumbs up. Jane said, "Hey, Daryl." Boston Bill said, "Happy Friday, everyone. I'm under the weather. I have walking pneumonia. Y'all have a great weekend." Sorry to hear that, Boston Bill. Hope you get feeling better, and hope you have a great weekend too. Jane said, "Hey, Carlo and Papa." Jane said, "Hi, Bill." And Boston Bill said, "Hey, Pop, stay cool. You too. And thank you." And Jane said, "Oh, Bull, I think she meant Bill, get better." Boston Bill said, "Hi, Jane." Daryl said, "Steam helps." Yeah, that will break it loose. I know I have had to boil some water and put my head over a towel and let it get up on my face, or the steam. Boston Bill said, "Thank you. I feel awful. And a summer cold really bad." Daryl said, "I had it years ago." Jane said, Bill, not Bull, LOL. Carlos says, "Hello, Jane." And Bill said, "Thanks, Jane." "21 people in here, 7 thumbs up. I did go buy me a battery for the boat, and some more stuff come in for the boat, but I was not able to work on it, so that kind of sucks. Boston Bill said, "Absolutely 100. Carlos said, "Jane, I can't see all of your messages." Have you got it on live chat, Carlo, or all messages? I know I got to get in here and clean up. It's getting too messy to move around. Chester brought me another chair today, so the one I broke, I keep trying to fix. I haven't fixed it the last time yet, but we do have another chair for the downstairs down there. Jane said, "I don't know why, Carlos. Sorry." Jane's number 3. Carlos says, "Yep, I sure do, Pops." All right. I just thought it, make sure sometimes I mess up and don't put it on it. Daniel says, hello, guys. Happy Friday. Hello, Daniel. Hope you're doing well, and happy Friday to you, too. Alan says hi. Hello, Alan. Amber says, hey, everyone. How are y'all? I'm doing great, and hope you are. Carlos said, that's okay, Jane. Jane said, I'm trying to eat barbecue spare ribs. You can only eat them with fingers. I'm listening. All right, I do understand. They good that way, aren't they? Erwin says, howdy, howdy, Erwin, and waving. Amber says, I'm amazing. Yes, you're amazing. Jane said, hey, Amber. Daryl said, going to tow Little Bird to the show Sunday with the Blue Mule. Oh, that would be cool. Please get a picture of that. I'd love to have a picture of Blue Mule pulling that Little Bird. That'd be awesome. That'd be a good picture to have. Amber said, hey, Jane. Carlos said, Papa Renzo says, hello, NDP family and Pops. Hello, Papa Renzo. Truth Maker says, hi, everyone. Hello, Truth. And Amber says, hey, Carlo. And Carlo says, hello, Amber, sweetheart. And that Daddy says the G. And John said hi. Hello, John. And Jane said hi, Jacob. Daryl said, I have one towing the Trump. Oh, really? Cool. Jane said, Daryl, where is show? Daryl said, take away park. And Talawa. Jane said, hi, John. Truthmaker said, is R3 mad at me for making a mistake? I said, sorry to him. If he is, he didn't say nothing to me. I didn't know you made a mistake. What mistake did you make? I didn't, I don't think anybody's mad. Not that I know of. Why, I said hi. Carlos said, someone please block pedo. Why, I said, how was your day? My day's doing great. I hope yours is. Carlo and everybody, something was said in one, the live, I believe it was yesterday. WWE had something to say, and I don't know this, but I'm about sure that Sarah, and I'm not 100% sure, but there might be one more in here that is WWE. So I'm not even going to entertain those comments. So don't worry about blocking them. Just skip over them. I said, how was your day? My day's doing good. Hope yours is. I said, my mom just cut ties with me. Sorry. Truth Maker said, I accidentally blocked someone and you took my monitor away from making a mistake. It's not just that. I mean, no, nobody's mad. We're not mad at nobody. It's just R3 did. Yeah, we've talked about it. It's just something that we feel that we've got kind of too many, and we just don't want it to keep. We don't want it to keep happening. So it's nothing, no hard feelings. Please don't feel that way. It's just there's people here that's kind of going the way they want the channel to go, and I don't think everybody understands how we feel about it. So please don't take it no hard way. But nobody's mad. I think it's Jacob, right? Nobody's mad, Jacob. $14 people, 13 thumbs up. Hornby said, we are just hot. That's right. Jacob says, well, I do. I've been with you guys forever, and we do appreciate it. We do. There's been people here that has been for a long time. There's been the people here doing a lot. It's just, like I said, please don't take it any hard way or anything. There's no hard feelings. My friend said, butter, parquet, butter. Parquet, butter. Sorry. I read all that wrong. Jacob said, but I still forgive you. Thank you. We are friends. We really are. I think the world of everybody. If everything went right and played right, I'd have everybody blue. But look at the mess I'd get into with certain people here if I'm still questioning a couple of things going on, and I just don't think people understand exactly what I'm trying to do. There's some people just trying to ruin it. Not saying you at all, Jacob, but I don't think people really understands me and what I'm trying to do here. But anyway, Alexis says 13 and 12. Everyone says parquet is not butter, it's vegetable oil. KCD said, yeah, we got a great big convoy. Ain't she a beauty? Sight coming down, join our convoy, and nothing going to get in our way. Going to roll this trucking convoy across the USA. Convoy. Good movie. I like that movie. Hornby said, Truthmaker 777, it's the heat getting to you. Jane said, hi, Hornby. Alexis said, yes. Jane said, hi, Erwin. My friend said, I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. Hey, yeah. Erwin said, hey, Jane. Alexis said, hi. Baron said, hello from Ohio. Jane said, hi, KCD. And Alexis 11 and 13. KCD said, hello. Jane said, hi, Baron. Jane said, hi, my friend. Hello, my friend. How are you? Erwin said the movie Convoy is almost 50 years old. I didn't realize it was that old. I do remember watching it, but man, that would have put me about 7. So, wow. My friend said, hello. Hello, my friend. Jane said, oh, what'd you do today, Pops? Jane, I helped a friend give me some stuff, and we went and moved some stuff out of a house and brought some here, loaded on the trailer, some to go to Randy's house for the girls. And I did go and buy a battery for the boat and some more stuff and everything, but nothing around the shop. I did a briefing this morning and absolutely nothing else outside of that. It took a lot longer than what I thought. Daryl says, got to edit. I'll be back. All right, Daryl, be safe. Be cool. KCD said, it's a good one. Jane said, I did nothing. Hornby said, I have the fan on. Cootie said, hello, y'all. Just got home, long a day. Are you aware that it would cost me approximately $180 to send the canvas LMAO? Oh, really? No. Lord have mercy. We'll have to figure out something else. KCD said, the only time I've heard a trucker refer to it as a suicide jockey. Jane said, hey, Cootie. And Cootie says, hello, Jane. Lexi said, hi. 11, 13. Jane said, Cootie, road trip. My friend said, what movie is this line from? Right Hook, Clyde. I know it's Clint Eastwood and it is a Clint Eastwood movie. Every Which Way But Loose, that's right. That's right, Erwin. Um, Alexa said yes. Hi and yes. Goody said Jane. Anxiety. Jane said my friend. It is a Clint Eastwood movie. Erwin said every which way but loose. My friend. My friend said yes. Jane said anxiety. Yes, she can't deal with the car and the traffic and stuff because of the accident. Alexa said car, and my friend said yes. Jane said a monkey. Hornby said I hate when sports bikes go on the road and slow traffic down. Yeah. Carlos says Dirty Harry. No, wrong movie. AN said brushes. I don't know what that means. Cody said you can practically hear his brain farting. Oh wait, he figured it out. James, so going to North Carolina would be too much, Cody. Yeah, Randy and I are going to have to make us a road trip. We thought about it this weekend because Randy took the day off. And we thought about just getting in the car and going one way or the other because we've told a few people we might go that way. The only thing stopping it is I told somebody I would help them. And I'm trying my best to get stuff on my boat. Jane said, I read that. Hornby said, WWE is so good and hard. Goody said, going anywhere other than in town is terrifying. My friend said, what we have here is a failure to communicate. That is true. That was Smoking the Bandit, wasn't it? Jane said, how many hours to go to Rhode Island? Okay, Google. How far is it from Rhode Island to Rhode Island from me?
It is 743 miles to drive from your location to Rhode Island, which takes about 11 hours and 21 minutes.
About 11 hours and 21 minutes. AN said, is SpongeBob suitable for children to watch? I watched it. I mean, I let my kids watch it. My friend said, no, Cool Hand Luke. Oh, okay. Floyd said hi. Hello, Floyd. And Hornby said, what do you think about WWE? You talking about wrestling? Erwin said, cool hand Luke. And Jane said, hi. And Andrea. John said, Paul Newman. Jane said, 11 hours. That's non-stop. Hornby said, yes, I am. Okay. It don't bother me, to each his own. I don't care for it. I don't like wrestling and fighting and stuff like that, so it doesn't. I mean, to each his own. I don't condemn anybody for watching it or liking it. I just don't care for it. Goody said, I partially blame my boyfriend's driving. He loves to go fast, but he's a great driver, but I need for him to go a little slower and not have so much road rage. He's driving with how terrible you gotta let you can't. Road rage is a bad thing right now to be having. It ain't worth it either. Jane said that's too many hours in one day. Cootie said drivers here are not a good mix. Ryan said, roll him a joint, Goody. Jane said, hello, Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Hope you're doing well today. Ryan said, hey, Jane. Goody said, we both don't smoke. Ryan, LOL. Cootie said I used to, but he never has. Ryan said, I'm all right, sir. About beat the hell down. I understand. I am too. I am to be getting nothing done today. I'm wore out, which it did wear us out getting the recliner and bed and everything out of that house. So Randy is going out to eat for his birthday, but I know he's wore out too. Ryan said maybe y'all should. Hornby said Ryan is fun. Jane said, Pops, you missed Mike and Beth live a bit ago, made homemade ice cream. Oh man, I missed that. Lex said hi, 12 and 14. Carlos said, what's up, Ryan? Ryan said, when was his birthday? It'll be tomorrow. Randy's birthday is tomorrow. Alex says 12, 10, and 15. Ryan said, hey again, Carlo. Jane said, birthday tomorrow. Cootie said, Lord, wait till you hear smoking gives me anxiety too. I'm just a complete nervous wreck half the time. Ryan said, Lord, thank you, Hornby. Alexis said, got the party poopers and the sun and clouds. Gonna party like it's 1999. And she did it again. Bunch of party poopers. Woo-woo. Poppers, not poopers. Hornby said, that's your best, Ryan Game. That's your best. Lex has got the smile with the money faces. Ryan said, no, Goody. You got to take one puff every few minutes till you get where you want to be. You don't have to face the world, you don't have to face the whole thing, LOL. Ryan said, no, Hornby. VR6 is a VW engine. Alexis got party balloons and presents and some other picture there. I don't know what it is. Lotus said hello, Lotus. Alexis said yay and yes. Jane said we need to tie a blind on Cootie and take her away. Carlos said, what's up, Lotus? Jane said, Lotus. Alexis said, 11. $15. Lotus said, what's up, Carlo, Jane, Goody, and Ryan? Goody said, Ryan, anytime I smoke a small hip, I get totally too greened out and want to vomit. I had to stop. Used to be able to smoke like 4 or 5 blunts in a setting, but now I just a wee baby. Ryan said, hey again, Lotus. Jane said, it's been dreary all day, no motivation. I understand, Jane. We get in those things every once in a while. We got a lot to do, but again, I needed to do something today. I hate we didn't get nothing done today, but story of our life. Alex says yes, and Cootie says hello, Lotus. Hornby says you need a doggy viper. Carlos said, what's up, Cootie? Alex says yes, and Cootie said hello, RC. Ryan said no way, I've never in my life greened out. Jane said, why a Dodge Viper, Hornby? Lotus said, it has dreary and rainy. Next week it'll be super hot, 100F. That's what somebody told me. They asked me, was I going to have to be called out over the 4th because it's going to be over 100? And I said, nope, Wednesday I will turn the truck over to him, and I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. He's going to keep the truck. He only has Saturday off, and if he gets called out, I'll let him make the double time and a half, and he can go to it. I'm not working. Ryan said, I've tried so hard, LOL, it gets hard to breathe rather than putting me out. Jay said, crap, Lotus, I don't want hot. The Lotus says, I'll be working. I hope I can get my boat in the water and it's running out right, and I can spend some time in the water. Go anchor that thing out and let the water cool me down. I'm thinking about putting me either a small generator or inverter on or something, and put me a couple fans on the boat. Hornby said, your best Dodge car, Viper or Dodge Hellcat? I still like the Dodge Viper. The Dodge Hellcat, I like it. I wouldn't mind having one, but I still like to have a Viper. Jane said, putting windows in the heat, blah. Yeah. Also said, happy Friday. Hope you have a relaxing weekend. You too, Hopper. Thank you. Alexa said yes. Ryan said Viper for me. Hellcat is cool, but it's for degenerates. Alexa says car. Lotus said, that's it. I'm driving to North Carolina to go boating with Randy. I can add fans to the boat. Come on. You are welcome. You come on, and don't worry about putting them windows in. You just come on and get on the boat. Jane said, Pops, I wonder what internet connection will be like on the boat. Well, the night I tried it, it didn't work right, but my phone was about dead. I am hoping that I've got good internet. I would like to go live on the water. That's what I'm shooting for. And I did get a TV today. Somebody give me a TV. If I can make that TV, if I can go from my phone to that TV with a cord, then I'll be able to do like I'm doing right here and be able to read the chat and everything. I'm hoping that's what I can do. Lex said yes, and Cootie said, I think it's been like 5 months since I had a hip, but I don't mind it. I don't mind at all. Just pass me the liquor. Ryan said, I've definitely never been a boat person. I'll tell you what. I can stay on the water from here on out. I've been looking at a houseboat, and I can't do it right this second, but I have been keeping my eyes on a houseboat. If there was any way I could straighten a couple more of my bills out, I would buy the houseboat, I'd put it on the water, and I'd just take my boat from shore, and I would just stay on the water all the time. It wouldn't bother me whatsoever. Alex said yes. Hornby said the Hellcat was what police use. Lotus said needs mobile Starlink. Yeah, and we checked in on it, and we've not pulled the trigger on Starlink, or they keep promising something else. I don't know. I think Starlink's going to be our best move, but I got to figure out, we got to get some things going. I probably shouldn't have bought that other car, but we didn't take the money out of our pockets to buy it. It actually come out of the YouTube, what you guys have give, and what we've made off YouTube. So that was a YouTube purchase, not for us, but still, as far as our money, we got to get things right. Lotus says, you have 12-volt battery on the boat, right? I do. I just bought a brand new one today, one of the big marine batteries, and I'm also going to have the other battery on it too, and I'm going to probably take the solar panel and hook it to it so that the solar will help keep it charged. Cootie said, I've been a boat person since the mid-70s. John said, get a small inverter and plug it in your router on the boat. Okay, Jay. Ryan said, so you're saying YouTube car, so we get to vote on mods? That funny you say that, Ryan. You and Randy must be talking, because that was kind of what was Randy come up with in a way. That's kind of what we was asking about the budget of what we are allowed, what we can spend on this particular build. But I don't know exactly how we're going to handle it. I do not want to take the account down to zero. We've got a good amount in the account, and the $600 for the car, I mean, it's $600, but it's still got a little bit, a good amount in there, and I do not want to run it down to zero. I want it to keep a healthy amount in it. So, but yes, that is one of our ideas. We got a certain thing we got to do, like we got to put headers on it. We got to take the exhaust off. Randy's thinking about running the exhaust out the back instead of doing like we've been doing. We've got to figure out some of the things on it, like the rear brakes. To do what we're doing, we need a way for the rear brakes to be adjusted off. Instead of like the hand brake, we need to be able to adjust it and the rear brakes not work. So that we're gonna have to do something a little bit different, because I think we're gonna try to leave this car where we can drive it on the road some. It's not gonna be like Fireball, where it's not gonna be a road car. We would like to keep this car where it's pretty dang nice. So we'd like to take this car and make it where we can drive it on the road and go somewhere. Lotus said, nah, that car will be good for content or parts. Parts goodbye. You can just wire 12-volt fans to the battery. Your engine should keep it charged. Yeah, I was thinking, honestly, you're right. But I was thinking about taking, the big fan we had in here. I don't know if you ever seen it, but it's it's a pretty good sized fan. It's 12 volt, but I thought about getting it and or getting one of those like that and taking it. But I mean, these box fans would be fine too. But you're right. I could buy a couple of small 12 volt fans. Alexa said hi. Jay said you can steal parts from different cars. You have most of the parts there. Yes. We have a lot of motor parts here where we've got several motors laying around. And when the painter comes here, he's got a lot of knowledge for us, and he's going to help us on some of these engines. And we may do some changing around. We got to figure out exactly how we're going. And I've got an idea how to get Twisted Sister going too. Ian said, garbage beating. I don't know. That probably did not translate that right. Ryan said, hood exhaust for all. I wonder about that, Ryan. I don't know. I have to see how much a set of headers would be for a hood exhaust. It would be cool to try it, but Randy's kind of laid claims or called dibs on the car, so it's kind of we kind of want to. Well, I'm kind of letting him call the shots on it, but I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. James said, "Oh, that car last night was true Fireball." It's kind of funny. Fireball keeps catching on fire, but Randy's topless Zelda, and I think we're going to call this car Code Red. But both of these cars shoot fire out. My car don't do it like that. Ryan said, should make it a drag car for real. I don't know. I told Randy I was kind of hoping Justin would come around and we'd get a car for him, but he acts like he wants to, but he don't want to come and spend time here and do it. So I don't know. I told Randy he's kind of picked that car. He can have two, and then I'll take Twitz's sister. I'll have my car and Twitz's sister. I'm wanting to make a drift car. David said, I seen your channel today. All right. Thank you, David. Cootie said, all right, y'all got to take a quick shower. All right, Cootie. Thank you. Jane said, hi, David. Lotus said, oh. David said, hi, Jane. Lotus said, the box fan. Yeah, we got one right here's blowing on me right now. So, yeah, we can take it. Jane said, you saw notifications tonight, David? Question mark. David said, I did, but I was busy. We understand, David. Everybody's got life, and people are busy. We do appreciate you taking time and stopping in, though. John said picked up 1,500 watt inverter to run the fan. Doubles as a backup generator in emergencies when hooked up to a vehicle. Well, like I said, that's kind of what I want to make sure that I don't get stranded out there. There's no reason I'm taking another battery. I want to take two batteries. So if I have to cut everything off, jump the motor off, I can. David said, that's why I'm late. You're fine. You're right on time if you got time to be with us. Thank you. AN said, have you ever watched Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill, and what did you think of it? I haven't watched it. I don't know who it is, so I don't know what it is. Jane said, no problem, David. Alexa says 10, high, 10 and 18. Lotus said, or one of those Jackery powered boxes. Yeah, that would be a good thing. We do have a jump box if I needed to jump it off. Alexa said, yes, 11 and 18. Lotus said, I watched Terrence and Phil a few times. I've never seen it, so I don't. If I do, I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't know the name. Lex said, oh, I read that. Sorry. Ian said, have you ever watched Dick and Doof? Nope, never heard that either. Jane said, I was going to ask if it's like a jump box. Well, they've got a jump, like a power station. I've got so much going through my mind that I'm wanting to do to the boat. And like I said, I've already got quite a bit of stuff ordered to get it. It should all be here today or tomorrow, I think. But to get it all going, we just got to work on it. Lotus, I watched Rick and Morty. I remember that. AN said Fat and Stupid are Oliver Hardy and Stan Lure. I don't know that name. Sorry. Jane said, solar powered jack is only $2,000. No. Hey, hell, before I did all that, I'd just take the generator with me. I got a kind of quiet generator I took when we went to Florida. So if I got to, I'll put that on the boat. Lotus says, put a generator on the bike and make Rando pedal to the whole stream. There you go. Jane said, Jackery. John said that Jackery can be charged by 3 different sources. I have to look that up. But I can't afford $2,000. I can tell you that right now. Lotus said there are cheaper ones on Amazon. Jane said it's still expensive. AN said today I saw Holt's Jack and he was still alive. Lotus said you could try for a sponsorship from Jaggery. They give them to YouTubers all the time. Well, I'll be glad to. I'll be glad to send the email. I can tell you that. Every time I need a pen, there's not one around. There's one. Ah. I will, either I'll look it up or I'll get Randy to look it up. Maybe we'll send an email. AN said he was knocking wood with his hand. Jane said, but they had to have big channels. They don't, but they have to have big channels, don't they, Lotus? Lotus said it's up to them, Jane, to sign up. If they like your channel, they'll give stuff. Well, that's what I know that, I mean, we got a lot of views out there. We get a lot of people to come in and out. I think it would be good, but we just have to have somebody that's willing to take a chance. I don't know how many of our viewers will buy the stuff that we are being sponsored by, but things will pick up one way or the other. We'll get things going the way we want. Dennis said, good evening, everyone. Hello, Dennis. Alexis 13, hi, and 19. Lotus said, I've seen guys with a few thousand subs and sponsors like that. We need a good PR person is what we need. AN said, radical? Is that right? Alex said, yes, yes. And 4, 13. Excuse me. Lex says 13, 13. Jane said, bless you. Thank you, Jane. Lex says 20. Lowe's says you need more action to draw more attention. Yes. You're exactly right. I know things are kind of boring right now with just trying to get cleaned up and doing the clear and getting everything going. That's why I was hoping some of the boat content would help, or we've not been back to another car show, or we've not worked on any more cars, not much. So yes, we need to do something else. John said 15 watt inverter at Menards is $149. Yeah, I think we don't have a Menards here, but we do have a Harbor Freight. They're not that much, so like I said, I may take a make a purchase. Sorry. James said, Lotus, should he dance? Lotus said 10. Said Lotus said kill more tires killed. Well, I think it's great, and I don't mind doing it when we got the tires. But I cannot stand just to sit and burn out. I like to get out there and do them, and I don't want to go out and get on the road and get in trouble. I was as nervous as a whore in church just going down and coming back. And he didn't even get me coming back up with the burnout and getting spinning around in there. He'd already put it down or something, or we don't have video of it that I know of. But yes, we do. You're 100% right. Hey, it said God will help you get up to heaven. If you fall down, you'll never get back up. Alexa said 20. Lotus said yes, Jane. Jane said doing jumping jacks, question mark. Lotus said boat content I like. Like I said, I'm hoping to get out there and have some. I hope we can go live and keep it live out on the boat. I think it would be cool to have up on top of the boat, be able to see the boat and the water and everything. I think that'd be cool. Jane said more tires killed cost money. This is true. Lotus said I know it's hard to stay active like that and work a full-time job. It is, and that makes me so damn mad because if I don't have the job, I don't have the money to pay my bills. And if I'm here, even if I quit the railroad and come here to make the money, then I'm not able to do the content because I got to make the money to pay the bills before I can make the content. Until things pick up and start evening out, we're just going to have to go with what we got. Lotus said, plus things cost money. Carlos said, oh guys, anxiety can be real beast sometimes. That's right. I understand, Carlos. Jane said, oh, like last night? Question mark. Yeah, I was trying to tell Randy he was going to run them down and blow them. And I told Randy, I said, damn, save some for more playing. Erwin said, just make an OnlyFans account and post some feet pics. You make money big. It's funny you say that because I even put a video out on one of my things today. I don't know nothing about OnlyFans. I don't subscribe to them. I don't watch them. But I'll promise you one thing. If it's just feet pics, I sell somebody a damn feet pic in a heartbeat. Now, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't watch the OnlyFans stuff because I kind of figured it was like porn. But if that's what if I can get by with doing OnlyFans and selling feet pics, I'd do it. Lotus said, no, we saw you spin around. Oh, did you? Well, it must be on the live, then he must not have had it on recording. Because I don't see it on any of our recordings. Jane said, I saw you spin at the last minute. Jane said, right, Erwin, and we don't need smell-o-vision. AN said, today I saw some cheeky children tasting an old man and the grandpa threatened to beat them up. Teasing, tasting, listen to me. Lotus said, I can, Carlo. Real says, sir, do you follow the World Cup? I do not. People in here talk about the World Cup, but I'm not following it. John said, we are all stuck in the system. Yes, God, the more I try not to think about it, the more it looks like we are in just a big hoax. And I don't even want to get into that. Lotus says, hey, cut it out. I need 2 videos out of those tires. Hey. Yes. Carlos says, Lotus, I get anxiety even if I have the poop unexpectedly. Lotus said, yes. OnlyFans is naked pervs mostly. You see, I think, I can't do that. I get anxiety with public, all of public. Jane said, hi, real, welcome. Cootie said, I'm all clean now what the freak to eat? Sardines and chips, Lord. Lotus said, yuck, double yuck, yes. Carlos said, yeah, it sucks. Lotus. Jane said, Cootie, I had barbecue ribs. And Lotus said, indeed. Cootie said, I'll be like you soon once I get my man the grill. That'd be cool, Cootie. It really would. Jane said, but sardines are so healthy. Lotus said, Fiace Alfredo with grilled chicken cootie. Carlos said, for me, an anxiety attack can be very detailing. Deliberate. No. James the Loyal Pop doesn't like Alfredo. I will probably, looks like I'm going to have a late night because after with the live, I'm probably going to shoot up to the store and get me some ice cream and something else I needed. I needed something else. But I got to go get a couple things. I was at Walmart, which I couldn't have got ice cream at Walmart. It's too far to be mailed the time I get here. But I need to go get something, so I'll probably go get it, come back here, and try to make a video. So it's going to be a late night for me. I don't know that it'll go up at 4 o'clock in the morning. If it does, it's probably going to be a short one. Lotus said, mine's just annoying to be honest. Cootie said, I was looking at a Blackstone combo price for $1,300 with the grill and the smoker, $1,600 to get all the accessory components. And when you were saying that, I told Randy, I said, I don't know that they're not that expensive unless you get the smoker. So yeah, I do, you know. But if y'all were going to use it, it'd be worth the money. Lotus said, more for me, Jane. Jane said, that'd be nice, Cootie. Lotus said, more beefaroni. Well, I'll probably buy 4 cans of beefaroni and a couple more frozen dinners. I still got those few over here that Jane sent. I was waiting for Randy to eat a couple of them so that he don't say I eat them all, but if he leaves them there much longer, then I'll start cooking another one. But they're good for a good meal while we're here working, and I can eat one and keep going. Erwin said Tom Hanks eating sardines between 2 pretzels on the in the movie The Burbs. It was hilarious. I'd have to be pretty hard up to eat a sardine, I'll be honest with you. Jane said honey and creamer. That's it. No, I got honey, but I don't have creamer. I do need creamer. See, look at there, Jane. How many hours away you are and you know what I need? That's pretty cool. I do need creamer. Creamer and ice cream. John said I love the Burps movie. Jane said coffee, crackers, peanut butter, just seeing what's on grocery list. Well, the crackers come in. I don't think you can see them, but there's crackers back there. So they came in and we got those type of crackers. I've got coffee. I think I got peanut butter, but I do need creamer, yes. Carlos says, BRB, gotta go shower. Cootie says, I can have all the brisket and smoked bologna a girl could ever want. That's right. Lotus said, I ate a can of beefaroni today. Smoked chicken is good too. Hazel said, what's good? Well, Lotus just said smoked chicken's good. John said love spaghetti, but the canned stuff is the pits. I agree. That is, we used to get like, we get 10 cans of each, and it would be beefaroni, SpaghettiOs, spaghetti and meatballs, and there was another one. And every single time, everybody would eat the beefaroni and the ABCs or whatever it is with ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, whatever it is, and they would leave the damn spaghetti and meatballs every time. That'd be the last ones in there, and I absolutely did not like that, but I would end up eating them because that's all I'd have for supper that night. But I do not like spaghetti in the can. AN said, by concrete here. That ain't concrete. See me here. Jane said, do you do dry creamer? No. Now, I like to keep dry creamer here just in case I run out, but I normally do the wet creamer. French vanilla, the blue bottle. I usually get it. I've got enough for one more cup of coffee, but if I'm going, I'll go ahead and get it. Jane said, hi, Hazel. Lotus said, you're reading my mind, John. I was thinking about spaghetti. And Lotus said, ravioli. Yeah, now I can eat ravioli, but I don't really care for it. But I'll eat ravioli over the spaghetti and meatballs. Nelson, I'm not big on Italian food. I do like lasagna best out of it. I will eat lasagna if it's like homemade, but very few lasagna store-bought that I care for. Lotus said, love Italian food. John said, do they make mac and cheese in a can? Not in a can, but they do in a bowl that you add water and microwave. My kids used to eat that a lot. We kept at it. That was a good little snack for them. They'd go in there and put a little bit of water in it, put it in the microwave, mix the cheese in with it, and they would eat it. And we like to do it in the wintertime because the cups that it come in, they were plastic, and that's how I started the fire for the winter. I'd pour gas in it, set it in and light it, and then it would burn, get the fire going, and then burn the plastic up and be gone. Lotus said they do. It's gross. I didn't know mac and cheese was in a can, so that's new for me. Hey, Ian said today I saw Prisoner's Brunch. Jane said I like French vanilla, but I love Italian sweet creamer. I've never tried Italian sweet creamer. I've always liked French vanilla. Irwin said French vanilla creamer. What? Going to start wearing brunettes next? Heck yeah. Cootie said if y'all come by, I'll make my special lasagna. Can't make it too often because diabetic boyfriend. We'll have to figure it out, Cootie. Daryl said no store-bought pre-made food is good for you or good for you. Ambulance going across the street to the neighbor again. They stay over there. Lotus said, no, Chef Boyardee has a cheese and noodles. I did not know that. I have to look, which I don't like it out of a can, but I have to look for it. Jane said, Irwin, wee. Cootie said, y'all making me want to get a can of soup. Daryl said, I use whole milk in my coffee. We go through about 3 gallons a week. A gallon will go to bad here, but I only use the milk for cereal. Matter of fact, I'm sure the milk has gone bad. It's in the refrigerator. I about made it to the bottom with this cereal that I had, but I'm going to have to get some more to finish the cereal off. I do like eating the cereal before I go to work, but last couple of days I've not been able to. Jane said, Daryl, not everyone has a Tanya. Cootie said, maybe I'll make sardine mac. Oh, please, not if I'm coming. Adam said, let's talk about the pretty red machine you got there. Yeah, what do you think about that, Adam? Adam said, Daryl. Ian said, yesterday we were at the inn and beer took 40 minutes and food took 30, so I had to complain immediately. Alexa said hi. Adam said Jane. Lotus said I haven't made lasagna in a while. It's so expensive and I don't have enough people to help eat it. Daryl said Adam. Jane said Adam. Daryl said Lotus. Lotus said what up, Adam? Adam said Lotus said manicotti. Lotus said stuffed shells. Jay said, I can't drink milk, major stomach issues. Lotus says, I may be hungry. Jane said, yum, manicotti. Daryl said, one of my granddaughters is highly allergic to dairy. Spent a month in children's when she was young. Wow. Jane said, beer took 40 minutes to serve. What would you make me mad? That would make me mad. Daryl said, 45 minutes tonight. Adam said, got to get back to driving. Y'all take care. All right, Adam. We'll talk about the red car sometime later. Be safe. Thank you. Jane said, take care, Adam. Cootie said, love cooking Italian food. Even more to have someone enjoy my food. X never ate anything I made because it had vegetables or healthy and he would gag. He preferred McDonald's. Daryl said, Gigi Primer is on. All right. Adam said, I'll give you a call tomorrow, Pops. All right, sounds good. Hazel said, Pops, hello, Hazel. Hazel said, ice cream left you again? Yeah, tomorrow's his birthday and his wife asked him would he want to go out to eat. We were supposed to go to the Derby tonight, Demolition Derby, and he decided he didn't want to go. So I wasn't going to make him go. I wanted to go, but he decided he did not want to go. He wanted to stay here and work on the cars. And then all of a sudden he was leaving to go out to eat. He did invite me, or Madison did invite me, but I'm going to stay here and do the live. And when they go like that, I just feel like a third wheel. So I know it's for his birthday, but I'll let Madison take him for his birthday, and they can go eat what they want, and I don't have to be a third wheel there. Because, you know, if he talks to me, he's not talking to her, and if talking to her, you know, it's just, I just feel like a third wheel, so I let them go on. Cootie said, oh, what to make. Erwin said, what the heck is with these young folks now? They can't have dairy, peanuts, gluten, etc. When I was young, I could eat a tin can. Kids nowadays are getting very weak. We've tried to make things easier and better for the kids, and I think all the stuff that they put in the foods now is just weakening the human body, or so to say, and it's not good. Alexa said hi. Jane said, Erwin, I'm an old lady. I can't do dairy. Jane said, I think a lot has to do with additives and processing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the shit they putting in the food that's so supposedly make you healthier, and I think they're killing us all. Cootie said, go make them drink some hose water. Yeah. I know we grew up on plenty of it. I know I'll be running around so damn thirsty and have to wait for the water to cool off running through that hot hose. As soon as it cooled off, I'll probably drink a gallon of it and then went right back to running around. 8 people in here, 23 thumbs up. Daryl, do you have a permit? Yeah, you did say you had 45 minutes tonight. Let me go over here and let it play so that you get credit, and I give you a thumbs up. There we go. Come on. Come on. thumbs up. Like a coconut, skip, and say, all right, let's see. Boom. Let's see what we got here. Where was I at? Hose water. Cootie said, one more gosh dang day of work. I'm going to sleep my whole day off. Jane said, slow Friday night. Lotus said, hey, Cootie, can you tell me where the Meseeks boxes are at Lowe's? Cootie said, it seems to always slow down a bit after the first hour. Where's RC to talk about his bowel movement? Or Maria? I haven't seen Maria in a hot minute. I don't ask questions. If she comes in, awesome. But she gets very busy. I hope everything's good. I hadn't heard from her in a couple days. John said drinking milk past puberty is a genetic mutation. Erwin said, I'm sure people are preparing this weekend for next weekend, biggest 4th of July ever. Yes, I did buy a special flagpole for the boat. I got to get it mounted, and I got the special 250th year flag for the pole. So I do want it on the boat and flying before we get there. I've got to stop what I'm doing and get on that boat. It's just plain and simple. James said, Lord John, really? Cootie said, is that a joke, Lotus? I'll tell you where the dang boxes are. Cootie said, what the freak is a Meseeks? Do you watch Rick and Morty, right, Cootie? Said Lotus. Cootie said, Lotus, I don't watch a lot of TV. Lotus said, oh my God, I'll watch Rick and Morty. You will love it. I promise. 7 people in here, 23 thumbs up. James said, I don't watch TV either. No, I don't either. Like I said, the other day I watched that movie. I can't remember the name of it. It was a stupid movie. I shouldn't have even finished watching it. But I don't watch much. And be honest with you, the way things have been lately, we've got in kind of a bad rut. And I've not even had the TVs on watching YouTube. I feel bad because I constantly had the TVs on watching everybody's channel. And we just have not had the TVs on at all. I think Sunday's the last time the TV was turned on down there for Chester and our morning live. So it's we really got to get back hunkered back down to giving everybody likes and watch hours. It's been bad here. It really has. Alex T said, hey, so how is that AC unit giveaway going? Well, we couldn't give it away, so we put it back up. Jane said they said bad earthquake in Venezuela. Cootie said, I know Rick and Morty is tight. I just mentally cannot watch TV shows for long. Jane said, hey Alexis, where have you been? Erwin said, give me a name of someone in the movie and I will probably know what movie it is. Somebody I don't know good with movies and names and stuff. Cootie said, Jane, they were talking about that in the break room today. I looked at them and said, that sounds like some groundbreaking news. John said, yes, really. Jane said, poof, Cootie. Cootie said, I thought it was hilarious, and they did too, and that I was messed up. Paul said, hey, brother, hello, Paul. I don't think I've seen you in here lately. Thanks for coming back. I do appreciate everybody coming back and seeing us. Jane says, Paul? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Paul said, been working that overtime so I can bury money in the mason jars. Hey, I understand, but you just remember, for every minute you sell, you'll never get that money back. All that mason jar money, never be able to buy another minute of life back. Paul said Jane and waving. Jane said was supposed to be Paul. I thought so, but I was looking at the rest of the chat to see if I'd missed something. I want you to know, it's been so long since I drank a Pepsi today. I wanted something to drink, couldn't figure it out. When Randy and I went to eat, I got a Sprite, and it wasn't. I just didn't like it. And then when I got back here, I opened up a Pepsi because I wanted something to drink. I drank probably 6 or 7 swallows of it, and I couldn't drink no more of it. I threw it away. Cootie said got the kitty cats and said 39.42. That'd been nice. I wish we did have that many people and that many likes. It's been a while. We had it going at one time. 100. Well, other than when the Goat Raiders come in, our highest live was like 106, and it was going good. We averaged at one time between 50 and 70 every night, and then we got up to 106 that night, and now we're lucky to get 40. Like right now, I'm an hour and 12 minutes into it, and I don't have 24 likes. Paul said time is the only account to which we do not know the balance, therefore it should be spent wisely. You are so right, brother. That's exactly right. You got 1,440 minutes in every day. When you sell those things, when you sell your minutes to the company that will replace you before your grass will grow in your grave, it ain't worth it. And so, yes, you do need to spend your time wisely because you'll never get it back. And when you let somebody rent space in your head and take that minute away from you because you're mad, pissed off, or anything like that, it's just not worth it. It's not worth letting people piss you off and get you mad. Cootie said 99,999,999. Cootie said only the real homie lasts. Irwin said mason jars are for the moonshine and strawberry preserves. I kind of like pickles. John said, why not 100 million? It's just a Ray said, hey, and hello, Pops, and hello, and how everything in the live stream doing. Happy Friday, Pop. You look nice. Well, thank you, DeRay. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good afternoon, good Friday afternoon. Jane said, right, Irwin, and hi, DeRay. Cootie said, it's over 9,000. Alexa says, 11 to 25. Cootie said, Pops knows where it's at. I love pickles. Jane knows I love pickles. She said she had me a big jar. I'm going to have to go on some road trips. Randy bought pickles the other day, and I had bought something for Addie, and then I bought me some, and Addie took hers home, so Randy replaced the jar to have it here, and then he bought another jar, and I'd be daggone if he didn't leave it out, and I'm about sure the pickles are no good, so we won't eat them, and I'm out of them right now. That might be another good thing I pick up tonight. Jane said I make mean pickles, Cootie. She sure does. They are good. I'm not even a spicy person, but they're a little bit spicy, and they are good. Cootie said you should give me. Have you ever made pickled garlic? I'll smooch you and make you my wife. Jane said they should be okay. Jane said vinegar will help them okay. Well, they're still out there. I've not put them back in the refrigerator. They're still out on the table. They've been out there since Sunday. John said 25 likes, 12 people watching, means 13 came in, liked, and left. Yes. Yes, it does. But at least they came in. And Daryl does have his live from 8 to 9, so, or I think it's 45 minutes tonight. We're not in competition or anything. Most people that goes into his usually don't come into mine. So, you know, and we do have people that bounce back and forth, so it's all good. Jane said, Cootie, I take cucumber, onion, garlic, tomato, and pepper and put it in a jar and pickle. It's just a race. And Jane, if you make pickles, I'll make that potato curry with rice. Cootie said, I'll sit down and eat them all. You ever make butter pickles? Oh, I'm telling you, when she sent those pickles to Florida with Daryl, it did not take long at all for about, 3 jars to get gone. Justin grabbed the jar he liked, I grabbed the one I liked, and we went to town. I think Justin and I eat most of the pickles. Matter of fact, I still got to get Jane's jars back to her. John said, I will try that this year, Jane. Jane said, Cootie, Pops likes bread and butter pickles. Yes. And Justin likes the dill pickles, I think. Ain't that the other ones you fixed? Justin likes the dill. I like the bread and butter. Cootie says, as long as they aren't squishy, it's just a race. Said, Jane, do you like that Thai food? Country Boy Outdoors says, you do any fishing in the summer months? I went catfishing the other night, and kind of got me wanting to do some more fishing, so I got all my stuff ready. I'm going to do some more bass fishing and stuff. Matter of fact, I bought a couple bass fishing stuff today. I need to get my boat done, and so I can go out on it. Jane said, don't worry, Pops, we can trade. And Jane said, yes, deal. Yep, deal. Cootie said, gosh, all that talk about freaking food, I know, really making me hungry. Jane said, DeRay, I do like Thai. Cootie said, making me so hungry and I don't know what to eat. Well, last night I went to bed and I'd watched the video, and it said something about you shouldn't eat after 7. And y'all all know it's about 10:30 when I eat my supper, and then I eat a bowl of ice cream. And they say that's the worst thing to do. Well, I didn't have no ice cream last night, so I was going to eat my food. And I got 1 can of beefaroni left. So I went in there, got the beefaroni, and I started to open it, and I said, you know something? I believe I'll just fast for the night. I'm not going to die. And I didn't eat all night. I drank my coffee this morning, and it was around 1 o'clock before Randy and I eat. I hadn't had nothing to eat all morning, all night. It was probably 1, 2 o'clock when I eat yesterday, and I didn't eat again till about 1 o'clock today. So that was a good 24 hours I ate nothing. I was getting aggravated, I'll tell you that this afternoon. Jane said, when we make pickles, we put stuff in that helps them stay crisp. Cootie said, soup, sardine, and spaghetti, question mark. It can be soup or spaghetti, not sardines, if you're asking my opinion. Cootie said, hamburger or hot dog. Well, you know something? I could eat a hamburger. Randy said, we got some left over, but either one, whichever one you desire. Jane said mac and cheese sardines. Oh, Cootie said, all right, Jane, put them in a box and ship them my way, or else. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. My heart is racing. John said, hot or green peppers? Question mark. I don't like peppers. Jane said, Lord Cootie, take a number. Cootie said, very tempting, Jane, and you're a coward, Pops. I know. Yeah, I never knew I was a coward till I met you. I believe you have called me coward more than anybody in my entire life. Jane said green peppers and banana peppers, John. Cootie said jalapeno peppers. 9 people in here, 26 thumbs up. Cootie said, because you are a coward. Simple. If you say so. Amber said, hey, I got grilled cheese. Ooh, grilled cheese sounds good, Amber. Take you 2 pieces of cheese, put it on there. Yummy. Carlos said, no homo pops, but listening to you is calming. Well, thank you, Carlo. I hope I can help you with your anxiety, and I don't think nothing about pretty much anything you say. I understand you go off on some weird rants, but buddy, I think the world of you, and I don't think no homo stuff about it. Amber said, I've been waging it for a week and finally got it. Jane said, Cootie, I think John was asking about the mix that I pickled. It was great salad mix that you can take off the shelf and eat. Amber said, warning, warning, warning. Carlos said, thanks, Pops. Whoop, whoop. One that I probably never get to, Carlo, but I would love to meet you and Papa Renzo. I would love to shake both of y'all's hands. I think y'all were great people. Country Boy said beef jerky and nacho cheese. I would like to have some nacho cheese. Randy and Justin really like beef jerky, but I've never cared for it. Amber said wanting, not warning. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. My bad. I feel stupid now, but thank you for letting me know I messed up. John said, my plot of 200 onions are 2 inches tall. We needed most of them today. Good, he said, all right, Jane, you need to give me what's the price? That's a lot of onions, John. Carlos said, he thinks, Pops. Amber said, you silly. You're silly. Jane said, Lord Cootie, I need to make more than a few months when they ready to harvest. I need to make more in a few months. Alexa said 9 and 26. Jane said, John, what else in garden? Jane said, where do you live, John? Carlos said, just waiting for my meds to kick in. Cootie said, shit. Maybe I can make requests. I get like big containers. I love pickled stuff. Cootie said, what exactly do you grow? Carlos got pictures of Bebo, Randy, I think that's Justin, me sleeping, and the calendar, I believe. I don't know what those are. Them little bitty pictures to me. I can't see shit. Cootie said, "You sleeping and then a toilet? You sleeping and then a toilet?" Yeah, I know that food we eat today. We were unloading one of the trailers, and mid trailer, I just had to stop. Told Randy, "I gotta go." Woo! Carlos said, "Ha ha ha, LOL." Jane said, "Cootie, tomatoes, potatoes, cucumbers, corn, and onions." She does have mixed vegetables. Jane said, "Zucchini." Daryl's got us on the car and Bebo. Hello back. Welcome back, Daryl. Jane said, "Peppers." John said, 30 west of Chicago. Potatoes, Oregon, peas, tomatoes, squash, cucumbers, and whatever else my body will allow. Jane said, "I'm trying to remember." Jane said, "Good deal, John." He is 30 minutes west of Chicago. Cootie said, so many opportunities. Did I tell y'all that my boyfriend won a raffle and one of the prizes he won was for me? He won for me was a garden kit. I would freaking love to garden. I grow enough marijuana, you know. I've grown enough marijuana, you know. Cootie said one, and Jane said LOL. Jane said green thumb. Erwin said 30 minutes west of Chicago is still basically Chicago. Alexis said hi. Hello, Alexis. And 10. Sorry, everybody. Cootie said, "I want to grow spices, squash, tomatoes, and so much else. My neighbor abandoned her tomato plants, and I cried as they died. Tried watering them." Alexis said 26. Yes, and yes. Jane said, "John's about 5 hours from me." Carlos said, "Illinois." And Alexis said, "Yes, and yes. Yes, 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 yes." Cootie said, "Tell us a story, Pops." Don't freaking yawn. I can't help it. I don't know why I got so damn tired. I guess because I got wore out. I told myself I'm going to start writing a list of some of the stories, so when y'all ask like this, I can look up and look at a story to tell. Irwin said, Gomer Pyle, USMC. Can't even think of a story, Cootie. I hate it when I do that. Cootie said I could tell you a story, but it's not the most SWF. Jane said, okay, heading out. Take care all. See you, Jane. Thanks for stopping in. John said, balloon gum. Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't seen her in a couple of days. Cootie said, bye, Jane. Irwin said, bye, Jane. I start to leave. She calls me a coward. Jane leaves. She just says, I'm bye. Cootie said, I don't blame you if you ended chat early with how slow it is. Well, so, Cootie said, I hate when it gets this way. Me too. I mean, I do have a lot to do. We showing 10 people in here, just, you know, most people aren't talking, so, and we only got 26 likes, so Friday night's not a good night for lives, because most people are doing stuff. Cootie said, cowards, all of you. I go over and hit the button to play the music, key to music to leave, and everybody start coming in talking. Alexa said hi. Cootie said because they are poopy butts. John said Cubs, Brewers, no score, bottom of the second. Irwin said I can only type so fast. Cootie. Alexa said 10. I'll probably read just as fast as you type. Alexa 10, 26. Daryl says you have room for 100-foot burnout pad and tip in yet? No. That one stump is giving me a fit, and I had it so deep when we got all that rain, it's not dried out. So I had moved over to where I'm trying to connect the lower part to the other, where I made a trail or track or whatever. And but I've got probably 15, 20 more stumps up, but I don't have enough for the pad yet, no. And I've started pushing trees down and pulled the trees up where I was working, and I've got to cut them off and cut them up in logs, stack them over in the corner so we can go over and try to cut them up for wood for the winter. Cootie said, tight faster, slow fingers. Daryl said, how much will concrete be? I do not know. And you know me, I'm going to try to do it myself, just order the trucks and put the border up rather than pay somebody. But I do not know how much it'll be. When we get to that point, we will have to borrow money and just do a loan against the building or against the business and to pour the concrete, because we will not be able to do that on our own. We will have to do something to get the money up front to do that. Alexa said 10, high, 26. We will go for a little while on dirt, I think, but it just depends how good, once I get it all cleared, how that goes. If I can get some people interested in seeing what I'm trying to do, maybe we can go on to make the next step. But right now, I can only dream of how much concrete's going to be. But we'll get there. Cootie said, I'm just questioning how I'm supposed to afford a $1,300 grill if I split my paycheck for my man. Going to have to tell him to suck it up for his birthday. Man makes a $32 an hour. JH said, good evening, unicorns. Did we all have a Lucky Charms this evening? Laughed my ass off. Yeah, we had a great day. I hope you did. Cootie said, JH, only if I get the marshmallows. Alexa said, hi. Daryl said, I want to get a spot to make a burnout pad. Yeah, and like I said, this sitting still burnouts, I don't like at all. I'll go out there and do like on a burnout pad and in a burnout box where I can go around and around. I'll go to the tires blow where the motor goes hot. But sitting still, that just chaps my ass. I don't mind doing it for playing around every once in a while, some old tires and stuff like that. But I do not like sitting there burning up a set of tires sitting still. It's fun to make the smoke, but it's not near as fun as getting out on that pad. Lex said 12, 11, 26. Jake said the best part of other stuff is there still tastes like the other cereals. Daryl said sitting in one spot isn't a burnout. No, it's a burn up. I mean, it's smoke and it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not, you don't get that adrenaline pump. Like I could tell you how much it feels to go out on the pad in a competition, but nothing I could have told you would have got you prepared the way it feels when you go out on that pad. It is absolutely thrilling to go out there, and you are out there spinning your car around and trying to figure out where you're going to go next. It is absolutely wild. I love it. Cootie said, when are you fixing Chip's sad tire problem? You mean fixing his car where he broke it the other day? Jake said, I hate these street takeovers, but it's a waste of tires, and it really doesn't make you any better than the rest out there. If I go on the road, it does not. As far as what they're doing, I mean, if they wouldn't go out and do it on the streets, if they would go do it in a closed environment, they got a good thing going on. But they want to go out there and act like a bunch of damn hoodlums and try to get people hurt. And I'm not trying to be better than anybody. I go out there and do my own thing. Yes, I got out on the road yesterday and I did play around. I shouldn't have. But, I'm not going to go out there and stop traffic. Daryl said, right, I feel the same. Whiskey said, bro, that chair has a weight limit. You need to lay off those snacks behind you. And you're exactly right. But just to let you know, if you're still in here, this is a Cinderella belly. Alexa said, hi. And Daryl said, adrenaline rush. It is. And I'm telling you, nobody can explain it to you until you do it. Just like going down the drag strip. Alexa said 11 and 26. Cootie said, yes, his car for Father's Day LMAO. It was so sad. We've already got the part to fix it. The car's on the lift and raised up, and the rear end, we have taken it apart, out, and got the broken parts out. We've already got the new part to go back in. We just were doing something else today. We were hoping to get on it today and have it where we could back it out. So about another hour and a half, we'll have his car back up and going. Lex said, I just read that. Jade says they are basically setting up a non-event that was not planned. Those kids are, but Pops, you're all good. In fact, not many people out by you, I would think, besides that busy road. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go out there and shut the road down. I'm not going to go out there and get a bunch of hoodlums and try to do stupid shit. I think that is 100% wrong. Now, me getting out there spinning the tire, that ain't no different than people going 75 and 55. It's still breaking the law. It don't make it right. It just means I'm not going to go out there and try to run over somebody and be stupid. Alex said 10 and 26. Carlos said, thank God I'm starting to calm down a little. Good, Carlo. I'm glad to hear it. Cootie said, you're completely understandable, Pops. I think recently a child was struck and killed because of the same issue. Rhode Islanders are absolutely retarded with driving. That's what I'm saying. When you get out there and you're acting stupid and people they actually tried to slide into the crowd and expect everybody to get out the way, and they think it's real funny for people to get hit. And several videos I've watched of people that get hit and is laying out cold on the ground. You don't know if they're dead or not. People are robbing them for everything in their pockets before they even get them help. And that shit's wrong. Whiskey said, it's a belly full of man, semen, and snacks. Nah, this is Cinderella belly. After midnight, it all turns into dick. Carlos said anxiety is a adrenaline rush, but a uncomfortable one. Cootie said, RC, I truly know how it feels. Feels like my brain is melting, a severe anxiety attack anyway. Jake said, that's the part I don't like, but I don't mind the drifting and doing burnouts. The drift area that it feels it's fine, but what makes it so much more of a big deal is the kids. Yes. Jay said, not you guys who actually follow the rules. Exactly. Like I said, when we would go over to, that's the reason they shut it down over at the drag strip, because people were getting out there acting so stupid. And we had one guy that would not get off the, you go out there and you be respectful. You do a little bit, you go off, let your car cool down, somebody else go back. And it's not a competition, it's just going out there having fun. Well, they would go out there and go in, instead of getting in line, they would go in the back way where everybody went out. They'd go in and stop people from going in. They'd go in and their little group would go in and have fun, and it just to keep from going through the crowd, and it was wrong. Carlos said, yeah, it's horrible, Cootie. Cootie said, we have no stop signs on our street, and they take advantage of it fully. However, we have so many kids, and the adults fear letting the kids out and play because of that. I bet. Jay said, that would be aggressive to me. That would be aggravating me. Hazel said, I'm back. I had to cook supper. Awesome, Hazel. What'd you cook? Jade said, imagine not getting these unicorns to stop. Lotus said, I'm back with spaghettis. Is it SpaghettiOs? Cootie said, shit, Lotus. Give me. Gimme just another try. Lotus said angel hair. That's normally what we use, angel hair, when we do it. Jay said I'm so excited tomorrow. Cootie said unless it's booty, then I don't want it. Carlos said my pulse has gone from 180 beats per minute to 100 beats per minute. Well, that's good. What is tomorrow, JH? Remind me. I know you've told me and I forgot. What is tomorrow? John said the inventor of dirt isn't that God? That's actually Jane. Cootie said, do you have hydroxine in Australia, Carlo? Lotus said, oh, it's tasty. It's tasty. Jake said Hot Wheels Legend Tour in Birmingham, Alabama, which is only like an hour away from me, so I'm going to get up early with some of the family and head down there to see what I can find. Awesome. That is cool, JH. I hope you have a great time. I hope you find some good treasures. Cootie said more food talk. Yummy. Jay says thank you. You're quite welcome. See if you find a van and you look through the back of the van like a little bit. It's a red van, and you look through the back, you can see a picture of a motor guy sitting on a motorcycle. I've got one of those somewhere, and it's wild. I need to find it. I'd like to know how much it's worth. Carlos said, I'm not sure, Cootie. I just take Lipcro, yeah, and whatever that is for anxiety. If y'all want to know what he takes, y'all read all them words. I don't know how to do it. Daryl said, Ghostly is a member. She was a member. She paid for a month, but she said she could not afford to renew it, and it took like three and a half weeks for her name to come in. So I'm leaving it up for her to get her full amount of paid for. I will lose money on her because she only did it for a month and it came here and out at the road. But she's got a lot going on. She spent her last $5 to do it, so I'll leave it up there for make sure she gets her money's worth. Lotus said, I need some garlic bread. And Lotus said she is or was. Jay says, speaking of ghosts, haven't seen her in a while. She has not come in a while. I don't know. She said she apologized for not having the money to renew it, and she really hasn't been back in here. We're not mad or nothing. I hope everything's fine, but I haven't talked to her or Boggy in a while. Cootie said, I recommend it or see it. It's so dang good. Saved me countless times, but it sounds like you've been using your meds for a while. Cootie said, so it won't be as effective. Daryl said, yeah, she's not doing so well. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, like I said, I know in her position, she done all she could, so I'm not in a hurry to take it down. Carlos said, hey, Cootie, and they are still effective. Don't have as many episodes like I used to. I was talking to somebody the other day, just it's kind of funny, and it was a friendly conversation, and they walked up and handed me this, and it says, thank you for being awesome. Opened it up. It is a pen. It's very lightweight, and it's got measurements on it to tell them inches and centimeters, and it's got a level on it that you can lay and see what's level. And it's also what do you call it? A stylus, so you can use it on your phone, whatever. It is an awesome little pen. I thought that was absolutely phenomenal. I think I'm gonna start carrying it to work. I like it. And just told me thank you for being awesome. Let's see. JH says, hey Mac, if you ever see Ghost again, tell her I said hi and that I'm praying for whatever she's going through. Daryl said the last procedure didn't take, and next is going to be pretty rough on her. I hate to hear that. Erwin said Hot Wheels Scenes Machines team van is worth between $25 and $80. Oh, cool. I need to find mine. It's kind of funny because I had one when I was growing up, and my wife had one when she was growing up. And that was very funny when I found out she had one. Jay said, thanks for the update, Mac. And Daryl said, okay, JH. Cootie said, I fear having to rely on medicine, but I'll try to tough it out. I've realized my anxiety is gut-based, but what triggers it is caffeine, weed, and being in a car. Daryl said, all right, I'm going to take off. Have a blessed evening. Thank you very much, Daryl. I did have yours playing in the background and give you a like. Well, I think you seen me say hello, so thank y'all. Have a good one, Daryl. Jay said, thanks, Mac. Take care. Carlos said, yes, best. Stay away from the weed and that cootie. Seven more minutes, everybody. Don't leave me hanging. After all, it's just best to have a pop or a sprinkler water once in a blue moon. The rest of the time should be water. I like a little bit of lemonade. I used to drink a lot of grape juice. I haven't got any in a while. I want to because I want the taste of something else. But like today when I drank the Pepsi, and I drank about, I don't know, maybe a half a Sprite and half a Pepsi maybe. I didn't like neither one of them. I threw them both away. John said, God bless everyone. I'll hang it in. Thank you, John. Got about 7 minutes. Cootie said, about a year ago, I was so healthy, relied on alcohol. My nervous system crashed and I was hospitalized for it. Spent 2 nights in the hospital for that. I've slowed down heavily on my drinking. Yeah, that's not good. Like I said, I'll try not to say anything because you know you, and I want the best for everybody, but I don't get on to people, but you understand you and your life, so just, take care. Jay said, I haven't seen you drink a Pepsi in a long time. I've not drank much at all lately. I've drank a lot of water, a lot of great lemonade. Maybe once every 2 weeks I'll drink one, and I can't even drink a whole one now because I don't even like the taste of it. Alexis said 11, Hein 28, and Big says never done projects. Oi, oi. Hello, Big. Carlos says, well done, Cootie. Everything in moderation. Yeah, it ain't good to, drink too much, do too much of anything. Well, sometimes. Jay said, nice to hear, Pops. Every time I drink Pepsi, I will think of you. Well, thank you. Carlos said, what's up, Big? Factadoro, I don't know what that word is. Big says, Carlo! Cootie said, thank you, RC. Y'all, it may sound like I drink a lot, but it's nothing compared to how I used to do. That was the fun being sober, or just kidding, hold on a second. What the hell that rant dog goes randomly barking for? Just kidding. I just like to unwind now and not get messed up. Jade says, tell Unicorn, aka Randy, I said hello. I'll tell him. Alexa said hi and 7. Well, that's like last night when I went to bed. I didn't eat or anything, and I laid down and I thought, man, I forgot to take my shot of Grey Goose. I tossed and turned all night long. I did not sleep like I've been. So I should have took my Grey Goose so it would help me sleep, but I didn't. Alexa said 28, and yes. And Cootie says, it ain't fun cleaning up puke and making your blood vessels pop out your face. I bet not. Speaking of which, a little story right quick before we got to get off. When Randy and I went to eat today, here lately I've been having a little problem, and I don't know what is causing it, but when I eat something, it's like I gulp a big thing of air as I take the first bite, and then I kind of like have to burp, and I think I get it the burp up or whatever. It's like an air bubble, air pocket right there, and if I can't burp and get it up and over with, I have to get it out. Whatever I've eaten, I got to get it out and start again. And when Randy and I had just sat down, and I took some of the rice and vegetables, and I took about 4, 5, 6 bites, maybe that, in the meat, and it happened. And my eyes started watering, and I tried to go to the bathroom, and somebody was in the bathroom. A damn youngin' was in there fiddle farting around. That pissed me off. And before that kid got out of that bathroom, I'd already chunked up a lot, and I couldn't spit it out. I was going to go out the emergency exit, go outside, but I figured the alarm would go off. When that kid finally come out, I went in that bathroom, and oh my gosh, I had to start overeating, I can tell you that, because I had to make 2 trips to get whatever that air bubble was to get it out. And it happens every once in a while. Man, that was so nasty. Let's see. Alexa said, yes, and yes. And Jay says, Dawn, why did I read Cootie's comment after I just made supper? Carlos said, I'm absolutely freezing. It's 59 Fahrenheit. Cootie said, sorry, JH. Jade said, it's okay. It's okay, Cootie. Congratulations on being sober. It's amazing to hear. You always hear the worst stuff about being sober, but your story was a kind one. Lex says 9:28. Mr. 90 says, hello, Stone Coldie. I have a full tub of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. How you feeling? Sicky? Now I'm feeling sicky? Oh, no, that's not good. Cootie says, JH, I'm not sober, but I'm not sober. I am sober from doing hard drugs. Well, what he was talking about is what you were talking about. she's not an alcoholic. She just likes to drink to unwind. Erwin's waving. See, I'm waving up there in your ear. Sorry. Jake says, well, at least you're sober from that once of the two. Lex said 10 and 28. Carlos said good night all. Pops, good night, Carlo. And Papa Renzo, have a good night. Or y'all have a good day. We'll have a good night. Mr. Knighty said, you're about to leave Stony. Now Stony Cody. Yes. I've got to put a video together. I got to run to the store before it closes. And it'll be 9 o'clock here in about 1 minute. Cootie said, good night, everyone. Jake says, oh, nice. Thumbs up. Good night, Pops. Thanks for the live stream, as always. I do appreciate y'all coming in and everything. Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And remember, keep it silly. Thank y'all.